All right, so testing, just making sure that you can hear me okay, you can see me okay. Go ahead and say hello and let me know where you're coming from if you're on Facebook or YouTube or wherever. And just say hello. This is live, and it is a Monday Guitar Motivation. We're going to be talking about combining major and minor pentatonic today. And we're going to use a Black Crowes tune as the song to study. So let's see here. Hello, everybody. I see we've got already quite a few people here. Anthony's here. Jeff is here. Sean is here. Derek is here. Ryan is here. Bucket is here. How you doing? That's awesome. All right, cool. Well, we have a lot of people here already. Lance, Daywalker, of course, is here. Stine time. Richard is here. My knees hurt. Raining in Seattle. It always rains in Seattle. That's right. It's a good movie. Barry, Arnold, Diego, Jerry. Ghost is here from Canada. How y'all doing? So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take a little bit of time here and just talk about blues, major and minor pentatonic most importantly, and how to combine those together and how I think about it, and see if it can help you a little bit. And then we're going to be looking at the first solo from Hard to Handle by the Black Crowes. And I actually made a track this morning of just the little part to solo to. So if you're interested in having the backing track, all you'll need to do, and I'll remind you at the end of this too, but all you'll need to do is go to the Steve Stine Guitar Facebook page and find this video afterwards, and I'll post the link underneath. I haven't done it yet. I have to wait until this is done going live, and then I'll go back, I'll post it there, and then you can download it and you can jam along with it, okay? David, how you doing? Larry's here, Sean is here, Hanzo is here, very cool. William is here from Seattle, and let's see, Chris is here. Russ, how you doing, bud? Russ Grimmett is here, the talented Russ. Jesse is here, very cool. So let's go ahead and get started. And thank you, everybody, for being here. This is awesome. So what we're going to do is let me play you the track here first and just play along with this, and then we'll break it down a little bit as we go. So here we go. Oh, give me a second here. There we go. Okay, so we'll come back to that in just a little bit. Again, hopefully this doesn't get flagged and shut down on YouTube or whatever, but I'm going to break this down a little bit. We're going to talk about blues a little bit, and then I'll play it again. Again, you can get the backing track, this actual thing that I made this morning. You can download it. If you head over to the Facebook Steve Stine Guitar page, I'll put the link in there at the end, okay? So what we got to do here is first talk about blues, effective blues playing. When I was a kid, I don't even remember where I heard it, but I'd heard you were supposed to play in minor pentatonic, and then over the 4-chord you go to major pentatonic, and that's how you did blues. And even though that is possible, you can certainly do that. There are many things that you can do to get your pentatonics to sound more like blues. So one thing I want to show you that really pertains to this particular solo is this. Let me switch over to this camera angle here. So let's say we're in B, okay, because this song's in B. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this, okay, just B minor pentatonic, okay? And then I'm going to take B major pentatonic in the same position. Now, if you don't know B major pentatonic, I'm playing 7-9, 6-9, 6-9, 6-8, 7-9, 7-9. Okay? Now, this is the trick to any style of music, whether it's rock, whether it's blues, whether it's metal, whether it's jazz, whatever it is that you want to do. It's not just about the notes that you play or the scale that you learn. It's the way you combine phrasing and pitches and things like that to really make it sound more like the style that you want it to be. So let me show you something, for instance. If I was going to take minor pentatonic, and I'm just going to look at the first two strings here. If I was going to take minor pentatonic, I'd play 7-10, 7-10. Okay? And then if I was to take 7, 9, 7, 9, this is major pentatonic. Now, if I take all of those notes and I combine them, I get this. Now, when you listen to that, it sounds quite nice, but it doesn't really sound like blues. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is exactly what's in this song, Hard to Handle by the Black Crowes, is it's in the combination of the notes that really makes it sound more like blues. So let's take those notes, and instead of just playing major or minor, okay, or certainly combining them all, which is not what we want, like that, what I want to do is take some of the minor and some of the major and move them together, okay? So I'm going to play 7, 9 and 7, 10, and when you hear that, again, now you can really start hearing the blues, and then I'm going to end this with a bend, which blue, you know, it's always nice to have a bend like that for blues. So you see, part of what you have to learn how to do is take those notes and combine them in such a way that it makes it sound the way you want it to sound. But in this case, we're trying to get more of a bluesy kind of sound. So as I play, I have to be careful that I'm not just going, okay? I can't really do that. I've got to make sure that I'm trying as best I can to make them sound a bit more bluesy. Now, this song is going to show a great example of exactly what this is. Now, if you come from the camp of modes, oftentimes people will say, well, just use Mixolydian or just use Dorian, which both of those work wonderfully for blues. But the big thing with blues is that we want to have the sixth, the major sixth in there. We want the dominant seventh in there for sure. Okay? But the other thing is, and let me show you this, if I go to the center of the guitar here, and again, I'm in B minor pentatonic, so I'm playing 7, 9, 7, 9. I see my mother is out there. Hello, mother. Okay, that's my minor. If I play major, I'd have 6, 9, 6, 8. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to combine the minor and the major again in this spot. I'm going to use 7, 9, 7, 9. But I'm also going to use what I always call the minor-major twist here, which is going from the 7 to the 8. And the trick to this right there is that if you're going to use the 9, it's fine. You go into minor. But if you want to use that major, go to it from the 7 to the 8 or the minor third to the major third. James Bartruff is here. How you doing, James? Marco is here from Estonia. You see, so there's so much power in the combination of the way that you play these notes, not just playing all the notes, you know, again, like a scale, just not trying to do that, but really trying to figure out how to play those so they have that unique kind of bluesy sound. Okay, so let's go ahead and break into this song. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the solo again, and hopefully I don't get muted here, and then we're going to break down what's actually happening here and how this song is directly related to what I'm showing you. So let me switch over to this channel here, or this camera angle, and let's go ahead. So let's kind of break down what I'm doing there. Trying to remember how to do this. I hope that turned out okay. So what we're doing in the very beginning here is we're starting off on the 9th fret, this major, and we're bending it up a half step. And then he does a reverse bend. Now again, I don't have this tabbed out. You can always go find the tab on Ultimate Guitar or whatever. And the way I play this might not be exactly the way the tab is or whatever. I just play most of this stuff by ear anyway. But so what I'm doing here is I'm going, and then I'm going to do that reverse bend. So I go to the 9, back up to the 7, and then here I'm going over to the blues note. And I'm doing that slide. So if I put that first part together, and then I'm going to do this. So I'm playing 9, 9 with the cross fingering there. That minor to major, like I talked about. And then going to the root. So what's really cool there is if you think about it, you've got that nice little half step bend, which is going from the 9th fret to the 10th fret. So it adds a little flavor of both minor and major pentatonic there. And then okay, now the next part here is this. Now let me explain that to you for just a second. If I take that up the octave, you'll notice it's using those notes I was just talking about up here, using the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic, but combining them. I'm just doing it down 1 octave. I'm doing it down here. Okay, and then he goes right back to that 9th fret, does a half step, does that reverse bend again, and then now he does a straightforward minor bend there on the 10th fret. Okay, now here, let me show you this quick. I play this here. What I'm doing is going from 10 to 12, 13, and then 12 to 14 with 13 there, and then I do 12 to 15 with 14. Watch this. Now again, if I take that and put it in this position right here, it'll work just fine there. You can play it here, and maybe he does play it there. I've always played it up here because I like being able to add vibrato on the 2nd string, where the 1st string I find a bit limiting. So I tend to move it up here. But it's that same idea of combining those minor and major notes together, okay? And then he ends here. Okay, so what's happening there is we're bending this up, and then we're playing this note right here. Okay, well when we bend this up, we're bending it up to the 5th of the chord, and then we're playing this note right here, which is that 7th. So it's like playing those 2 notes of the B7 chord. And then we come off that, and we bend that up a whole step, and that 7th becomes the root. So it sounds really, really cool. Now again, I'm going to play it nice and slow for you, just the whole thing. And you can always go back and watch this as many times as you want. And remember, if you go to Steve Stine Guitar Facebook page, in just a little bit when this is over, I'll post the link. You can download that little backing track, and then you can practice along with this, okay? So here we go. So I'm going... And then we move to this. Then we go back here. Then we move to this thing, and again, you could do that here or here. You could do that. If you'd rather do it there, that's fine. And then... And that is the whole thing. So learn the solo, and anytime you get an opportunity to learn songs like these, it's certainly worth it because you can learn so much if you learn how to dissect it. Of course, we can always look at songs from a technical perspective, which is very, very important. But sometimes we also want to look at them from a creative perspective and see how people are actually doing what they're doing. And that's where you start really figuring out how to make this stuff sound a bit more like the blues in this case, right? So I think that makes sense. Hopefully everybody's got that. Let me just go here. Lassie is here. Let's see, Jake is here. Gary is here. Very cool. Sang is here. So again, thank you everybody for being here. Be sure if you haven't already, you can like the video, share the video, subscribe, all that sort of thing. And most certainly, if you get a chance, head over to guitarzoom.com, check out my guitar courses and the membership that we offer, and see if it's something that can benefit you. But remember, you can watch this as many times as you want. It'll be posted on YouTube. It'll be posted on Facebook. And you can grab that backing track if you head over to Steve Stine Guitar, find this video, and then underneath in the comments, I'll post the link so you can download the track and you can explore that. So have a wonderful week. Stay positive. Keep practicing. And I will talk to you all very, very soon again. All right? Bye.